Lewis. No. Rose Lewis. Okay. Rose Lewis. Okay, Miss Lewis, can you hear me?
Good afternoon, Judge. Yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay.
It was taking a long time to get in. Thank you.
Who do we have under Rev L4?
Yeah, Rafael Reyes, Judge, is the
Is that
defendant. Yes, sir. Yes, Judge.
Mr. Reyes? Can you hear me, Mr. Reyes?
Sí,
Do you speak English?
no,
You're going to have to, do you have anybody there that can translate for you?
no lo entiendo.
Do you have there with you that can translate?
Okay. Tú, alguien que me dé. Tú. Hágase para acá. A ver. Ahora sí, dime.
Okay.
Your name?
Chalon.
I'm sorry, can
Greece. Chalon.
you spell it?
SHALON.
And Shalom.
My last name, Ruiz, RUIZ.
Okay, do you live there on the premises?
I don't, I'm his friend.
No. Okay, and you can translate for Mr. Is this Rafael Reyes?
Yes, he is.
Okay, Mrs. Lewis.
Yes, Judge.
I'm at the wrong. One second.
That's the problem. That's the problem, Judge.
Ms. Lewis, you are, what is the reason you're evicting?
The violation of several breach of contract code, judge. They have built these homes back in my backyard. They had built wooden sheds. They violated the
Well, let's do one at a time. They built some wooden sheds, okay?
and they're still there. I send you pictures.
Just a
Did you
minute,
not
stop, let's stop. Okay, where in the lease is that a violation? What clause of the lease?
Pardon me?
What portion of the lease did it violate?
The breach of contract for building sheds in the back.
It's not on the list.
Wooden sheds.
Is there a written lease?
Yes, there is.
I have it. I have it. There is.
Okay, is there a page or a section number that prohibits the building of a wooden shed?
Absolutely. This is parking. Okay, they also violated parking rules.
Let's stick to one at a time, please.
Okay, all righty. So the failure to maintain. Okay, prohibition. The prohibition tenants cannot build without the the landlord's permission.
Just read what it says.
Okay. Oh, there's so much. I didn't know I was gonna bring all this. I didn't know. Okay.
What part of the lease are you on? Sorry. I have the lease here. I just want to make sure.
On page 12. Okay, so on page 12. Okay, so page 12. If unbelievable. There's residential. Okay. Security. No. So payment. Okay, except by the way, landlord will not. Okay. I didn't put it out there. I thought I sent you a copy of the lease, Judge. Okay, here it is. Page 9. Back to page 9, please. Okay, prohibition. If tenant installs any fixtures on the property, prohibitions. If tenant installs any fixtures on the property unauthorized, such additional installings anywhere around the premise is not permitted. They've also violated. So that's one of the prohibitions, Judge.
Okay, just a minute. Ms. Ruiz, do you see that in the lease?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you have any response?
Let me translate to him. Okay, so aquí tenías prohibido hacer cosas afuera. No puedes tener los cuartitos que tienes ahí atrás. Aquí fue lo que tú quebraste. ¿Tienes algo que decir? No.
No response? Okay. Ms. Lewis, go ahead.
Okay, so they violated the pets. They have dogs in the back in those sheds. There's no pets. There is no pets.
Where is that in the lease?
There's a fee of $35.
Yeah, they had a rabbit.
Of
I allowed a rabbit. A rabbit to. They can have a rabbit, but not dogs. Okay, so here it is. Page 3. If tenant violates this paragraph 9 or any agreement to keep a pet on the property, landlord may take all or any of the following actions: declare tenant to be in default of this lease and exercise landlord remedies under paragraph 27, charge tenant an additional rent an additional amount, $250 and $300 and $25 per, $25 per day thereafter for each day tenant violates the pet restrictions. Remove a cause or be removed on any unauthorized pet and deliver it to appropriate local authorities by providing at least 24 hours written notice, which I have. Remove any unauthorized pet. They also have fighting roosters there, by the way. That's another set of pets, fighting roosters. I've tried to inspect my property, Judge, and they wouldn't allow me in. They said that if they have anybody come over and go in their house in my home without their authority, that I'm liable if they lose or anything like that. So
Judge,
Let her finish. Go ahead, Ms. Rose.
Okay.
The same with when I've been giving them 3-day violation notices for the past, since May, Judge, since May, June, July, August, September, for the past 5 months. And so they refuse to sign any of the forms that I take to them because they violated it. This has been going on for the past 7 months, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Ruiz, you want to respond?
Okay. What he has told me is that she came in here without nobody authorizing her. So I don't know. That's like violation of privacy, for my understanding. We do see
can't
that he
inspect your
did
property?
violate.
She can't inspect your
His-
property?
Well, she came in here without no permission. That's what I'm trying to say. Like there was nobody here, and she came in
Came in where? Came in?
into the home.
Okay,
Yes.
when?
¿Cuándo se metió?
That's not
Pues
true,
siempre,
Judge.
varias veces que ha venido y sin permiso.
Aquí estamos adentro.
Y incluso quiere las llaves para entrar. Porque con el cuento de
Pero
revisar,
¿cuándo
pero
fue? ¿Cuándo fue? Any
Siempre
date?
siempre que venía por la renta,
Okay, every time she would come and pick up the rent, she would just come in.
No pide permiso
no puede
She doesn't ask for permission like she's saying right now.
porque es su casa.
That's
She
not-
said the thing that
They're getting the
is in
rent
her
from her.
house.
They're there when she's getting the rent, correct?
That's correct, Judge.
Estaban aquí cuando venía a correr la gente.
¿Dónde? A veces no.
A veces.
Sometimes no.
Well, how could she get the rent if they're not there?
Y yo pues nunca le hizo un arreglo a la casa. Ella quería venir a revisar, pero nunca le hizo un arreglo a la casa. Ni un arreglo.
They don't
Well,
let
the
me, Judge.
thing is,
One at a time.
Knock on the door and they don't let me in.
Stop, one at a time. Go ahead.
okay. So what they're telling me is that she has come in here. They don't know dates. They don't remember dates. But she has come in here without nobody opening the door, and she's been asking them for the keys, even though they have been paying the rent. I understand they broke all these regulations. I understand that, and we're actually looking at it. So I don't know. That's multiple violations already. It is.
Okay, so you acknowledge the violations.
We do.
Okay, I'm gonna grant the eviction.
Ahora dile que pues
Anything else you'd like to say?
Well, they haven't paid the rent or anything else, Coach. I mean, Judge, I was just talking to Pete Coach earlier, a judge.
Because on the, sorry.
They haven't paid the rent and they still hold back fees of late fees from the rent from.
I'm looking at your petition. You didn't pledge that in your petition.
Thank you.
It's not checked, so we can't address to something you didn't bring up to them in a petition.
Right, that's okay. I send the evidence later with the pictures, Judge.
Here's what you gave notice to them.
Yes,
You gave notice that you see this? Here's the unpaid rent. It's not checked.
Mhm,
Everybody has a right to know what they're being sued for. You
mhm.
didn't give any notice that you're suing them for that, so we can't consider that.
Well, because it was on the 16th and the rent would have been due September 1st, Judge.
You filed on September 8th.
Yeah, the 8th. And I was hoping that they would still, I always give them at least 2 weeks to pay the rent and they didn't pay it. Mhm. But, so that's what happened. It's when I filed, I was giving them a chance to still pay the rent, but you know, because they're all.
You didn't sue for it, so it's not going to be considered.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to grant Mrs. Lewis possession of the premises. The Reyes have to be out on or before September 28th. If they're not out, Mrs. Lewis can obtain a writ of possession or request a writ of possession. The council will post on your door to voluntarily vacate within 24 hours. If you shouldn't do so, they can physically remove you. Any questions?
So they have to be out by September 28th?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions?
¿Tienes otra pregunta?
Diles que cobraba rentas.
¿Qué dijo ahorita que no le damos la renta?
Sí, que no, que ya te dio desde septiembre 1 y hasta te da dos semanas y que no le
No,
pagas.
dile que ya no se presentó por la renta, que ya no nos quería renovar el contrato. Y antes de que se cumpliera la renta, quería que nos saliéramos.
Okay, so what he's telling me right now is that when the rent was due, she never showed up and she was already asking for the keys and for them to leave. I don't know if that betters the case or whatever, but
It doesn't have anything to do with what we're
at
talking
this
about.
point. Okay, so at this point, they have to be out by the 28th.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
Judge, I asked that they remove all those wooden homes that they've built in the back and take all their trash. I don't know, Judge, if you saw the pictures I sent as evidence. Did you see them? They asked me to send them to Juanita.
You filed an FED. You didn't file for anything else.
Okay,
So you're asking for possession of the premises, and that's what you're being awarded.
thank you, Judge.
Okay.
That's.
Dile que se puede regresar el depósito.
Anything
Ya
else?
está muy destruido.
Are they gonna get back their deposit because the property is very damaged and they didn't do the damage? It was already like that.
That's something, again, that's something that's not being addressed in this proceeding, but that's pursuant to the lease.
Okay,
Thank you all.
that's fine. Thank you.
I'm going to end the meeting.
Thank you, Judge.